top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement. Big playoff implications. As we'll see the number 6 team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. And the Tigers will kick this deep to start us off. The kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Looking for a gap. It's Green. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
He'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. And he finds his tight end for the catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Offense will set up on 1st and 10. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a 1st down here on this next play.
Now it's 2nd down here. Testing the right side here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, great job by this defense on this 2nd down run. Just stonewalling with the line of scrimmage. Now they get a chance to really pressure the quarterback here, try to get off the field.
Offense facing 3rd and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough 4th down decision? Fires it to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Brought down at the 40. That'll be a 1st down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
On the run here, lets it go. And the ball is hauled in. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. They'll test the right side here. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from the 1st down.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Here's a carry for the fullback. Tackle made at the 26, good enough for a 1st down.
Well, that's a good, hard, tough running there to get that 1st down to keep this drive alive early in this game. The offense really asserting themselves. They're not thinking about a field goal. They're trying to put this ball in the end zone.
And the Tar Heels come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Looking for his big tight end. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
It is really tough on a quarterback when he thinks he's got a completion and an open man downfield. The ball's just about to get to his receiver, then out of nowhere, the defensive back steps in front of it and knocks away. Nice job.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. They're going to run it here. Just trucks the man. Look at that. He's still going. Touchdown, Tar Heels. Wills his way to the end zone.
You talk about the right way to get a game started. This offense put together a nice scheme. They felt comfortable with the script, and they moved the ball all the way down the field. 10 plays, and they get a touchdown. If you're the defensive coordinator, you're back to the drawing board trying to figure this out.
Now they get set to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And here's the handoff. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's second down and 8.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Important second down play coming up. And he'll set up to throw. It's a short completion to the big tight end. But a huge hit by the linebacker. What a tackle. That's a big pickup after the catch. More importantly, holds on to the ball despite taking a huge hit.
Yeah, Chris, that's the thing that really stood out to me. I didn't think he was going to be able to hold on to that ball because of that big hit, but he does. He doesn't get the first down, but he gets big positive yards, and more importantly, I think he gains more confidence in that quarterback to throw him the ball again.
And the quarterback dropping back. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore. This middle linebacker can play all over the field. That's how they bring him in the blitz, and he gets home.
Yeah, usually you think of this middle linebacker, he's kind of a sideline-to-sideline player defending the run. But here, the timing and the instincts as a blitzer coming right through the middle of that offensive line, and he gets to the quarterback. Well, I thought the return team did a really good job of giving him some room to work with, but I feel like the returner was so focused on making a big play downfield that he forgot to take care of the football, and it cost him.
And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? The pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5.
You know, a toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, the play's going to blow up.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Crossing the 40. And an explosive gain moves the ball across midfield. They'll spot it at the 42.
Man, I really love the way more and more offenses are using the receiver in motion pre-snap. Give him a chance to get the football with a couple of blockers in front of him. He's got all that speed built up. You get the ball in his hands, and you better look out. He could be off to the races.
Ball handed off. The gain is 2 yards, so it's second and 8.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
Quarterback looks downfield and make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the track route and gets some positive yards.
One of those critical third down plays coming up. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Gain moves it to the 24. That's a fresh set of downs.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. And I think in the process, Chris, they sent a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
And the Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. And on the carry, he's heading left. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Clemson, 0.
Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. On the run here. Lets it go. It's caught. Nice pitch and catch. Brought down after the catch, but at the 8-yard line. The offense threatening here.
Wow, they get positive yards here, but I have a sense they wanted a little bit more of that pitch and catch.
So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Sails it way high out of the end zone and incomplete.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on fourth down.
The attempt is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 7-point lead.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown at the very least, 3 points, but instead he shanks it.
And the powerful Clemson offense is back out there. They're coming off a 3-and-out, looking to produce a positive drive here. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. First and 10 now for the offense. They'll run it here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Grab behind the line. It's Williams. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
And first down for the offense.
Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Using his legs, it's Haynes. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Offense facing 3rd and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough 4th down decision? And we'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Off the RPO, caught to the right. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Offense getting set, 2nd down play here. Heading left after the handoff. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situations, much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Solid gain on the running play, 3rd down now. They'll try to run for the 1st down. In the clear at the 25. Also out of bounds, close to the end zone.
That back was shot out of a gun. How quick did he accelerate to pick up those yards? Just an electric run. Somehow he's knocked out of bounds at just the 1-yard line. Boy, he deserved a touchdown there.
The Tigers will line up now. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal, they'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back, but the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. And the PAT is good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the North Carolina offense is back out there on the field. The last drive was a little demoralizing. They stalled and then missed a field goal. Fights off a defender. Breaking free at the 35. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Inside the 10. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
North Carolina.
What a touchdown. Anytime you see a play go for that many yards, everything has to come together. The offensive line did their job, the running back's vision and instincts and speed, and the play caller setting up the perfect personnel group, formation, and play call. It all came together, and they get the big score.
Clemson.
They'll return it from inside the 5. The returner loses the football deep in their own territory.
That is an incredible job by this kickoff coverage team. You don't see many turnovers on kickoffs, but they just gifted their offense with a bonus possession.
And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. Last possession, a perfectly blocked running play. They scored in one play. Can they keep it going? The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You've got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. He's got it near the end zone. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage. The defense backed up against their own end zone. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Defense expecting run all the way. They stop him short of the goal line.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Really making some noise now, trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina.
Well, you go to old reliable here, the fullback who doesn't get his hands on the ball very often. Third down and goal, a great time to surprise the defense. He powers his way into that end zone.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, trying to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. Time is running out before halftime to cut into this now 2-possession lead. Now begin with a quick throw to the left. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks. First down, clock stops for a moment, but no huddle here. They've got to hurry. And he drops back in the gun. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived at the same time as the football. And now it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment. But here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. And looking to throw now on first down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
And you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. The short completion of the tight end. A big hit by the linebacker, able to knock him down. It's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. He makes the grab. Tackled at the 33, that's good enough for a first down. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Defense is coming after him. And the senior making a disruptive impact play. They'll crank up the tempo here with the clock ticking down. 2nd down.
Second down. Coming up.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Just 5 seconds left on the clock now.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Looks like one more play here before halftime.
Let's go.
Trying for a 4th down completion. And it's incomplete under heavy pressure. A big 4th down stop.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
1st down, looking to throw the ball. He's escaping the pocket now. He lets it go on the move, looking deep. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. Minute's going to wrap up the 1st half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Tar Heels will kick it off to begin the 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. And the powerful Clemson offense is back out there. We get the 2nd half started with the running play. And the broken tackle there produces a solid game.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
On the ground, it's Haynes. Stopped at the 43, but that's enough to make a 1st down.
Well, this is exactly where you find out what you're made of as a team. When you're trailing coming out of the half, how do you respond? Well, we know how this running back's going to respond. What a statement to get this 2nd half started.
New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on 1st down.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Here's the 2nd down play.
Get set.
Hands off to the left. Breaks loose at the 45. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down.
You know, all week the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Nothing doing in that play. The big D tackle there for the stop.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker.
That's an easy completion for the quarterback, finding his receiver just dragging underneath coverage.
Urgency now for the offense that hates to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. Gain moves it to the 24. That's a fresh set of downs.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
The ball is free in the backfield. Offense keeps possession, recovers the fumble.
Wow, that is big-time awareness by his teammate to get on top of that football. As a result, they catch a break and are able to retain possession.
Clemson now operating in the red zone. He'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front seven of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And that one's picked off. What a play. Not much on the return, but the important thing, the takeaway, snuffs out the scoring threat. Big play.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
The back's got it. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. Stiff arms the man. 4 set of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Man, that is a big play by this offense. Now they move the ball into the red zone. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you better be ready because the momentum that they've created, they're probably going to take a shot to the end zone right here.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, UNC. This offense cannot be stopped.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. And he's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play. But give them credit. They were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Makes the grab. It's Williams. And it's good for a first down with 36.
Man, I love the route here by the receiver. Really sold these going vertical downfield. Ends up coming back to the football to pick up big yards.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
Looking to throw yet again. That's reeled in. It's Brown. Tackle made after the completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? Looks right for a quick completion. And he's brought down just short of the marker on that play. Good job by the defense to prevent the 1st down.
Chris, in my opinion, what we just witnessed is one of the toughest things to do in football as a defender, and that's making an open field tackle. A lot of times, those one-on-one matchups against shifty receivers, the receiver wins. This time, let's tip our cap to that defender. Great play.
Looks like Clemson will have the 1st down.
Well, that is another tough run by this back. It seems like every time they need the yards, this guy is delivering along with that offensive line. This time on 4th down, they are able to pick up the 1st down and keep this drive alive.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. That's caught. It's Brown. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. And the Tigers looking to run some tempo here. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down. Urgency now for the offense that hate to come up empty on this drive, down multiple scores. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. The pass is intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. Inside the 40. So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
Chris, it's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack because right now, this isn't working.
Tackle made after a big gain.
Hey, when it's your day, it's your day. This offense, and especially this running back, enjoying a monster day, putting up huge numbers and having a nice, big, comfortable lead.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, North Carolina 28, Clemson 7.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. Here's the snap, and he's looking to throw. He bought some time, now lets it go. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down.
On the set. Let's go.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. He stopped just short of that 1st down marker, inches away from it.
Well, heck, if they hadn't dug themselves such a big hole, what a positive play here, using that jet motion and that touch pass to pick up some huge yards and giving them a chance anyway of trying to come up with a 1st down.
Send the back in motion. They feed the fullback this time. And the defense rises up and stops him short on 3rd down. The offense stays on the field, of course. It's 4th down and inches. And the quarterback just sneaks it.
How about the tall man there getting the first down on 4th down and short? Good job and a good call by the offensive coordinator. Hey, when he's got that kind of length, it's pretty easy for him to find a crease and get up into the air and get that first down.
And the Tar Heels line up with a 1st and goal. And they're trying to punch it in here. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And this one is getting ugly.
North Carolina.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
The extra point is good. Now it's a 4-touchdown lead, 35-7. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the powerful Clemson offense is back out there. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. They'll bring him down right at the 30-yard line.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
That gain makes it 2nd and medium. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Griffin. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there. Offense moving closer to the line of gain after that catch. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Oh, and he fumbles. Ball carrier makes the recovery and also picks up the first down.
The ball is on the ground, but this running back has got to be elated that somehow he's able to get it back. I'll tell you who else is elated. The play caller and his head coach on the sideline.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of sync, applied pressure, and a big part of the reason they're enjoying this lead right now.
Breaks loose at the 40. Solid tackle, able to get him down.
Well, let's give credit to the offensive line here. They went with a run blitz. The offensive line sees it, picks it up, gives them enough room to pick up some solid yards.
On 3rd and short, they hand the ball off. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down.
Well, that shows you the trust they have in their offensive line in this running game. To get to a 3rd down, just trying to come up with a way to be able to keep this drive alive, keep hope alive that you can come back in this game. You rely on old reliable with that offensive line, and they come through for you.
They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. He'll throw it now. Caught near the sticks. It's Baxter. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. The Tigers will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-hole. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. Looking to throw it again. Fires it to the wideout. That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. Tackled after a short return at the 19, but a huge takeaway in the red zone.
Well, that interception really about cost them the game here. And I understand. You got to do everything you can to get back in it, down by a couple scores. But the interception, for the most part, seals the deal for the defense.
The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Keep it on the ground to work the clock here. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Green. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a 1st down.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a 3rd down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it. You convert, and you keep working that clock.
And the Tar Heels line up on 1st and 10 now. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Oh, and he misfires just beyond the receiver's grasp. Offense right to the line, cranking up the tempo. The offense with some pre-snap motion. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Accurate throw by this quarterback, and this guy has just been on fire all game long. Over 200 yards passing, but more importantly, making great decisions for this offense and put them in a position to win this game.
So the challenge doesn't work. That'll cost the head coach a timeout. We'll see if that comes into play later in the ballgame. 1st down, looking to throw the football. Escapes the pocket, but cannot make a play, and they sack him.
Well, the quarterback makes a mistake here. That's football 101. Once you get outside of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation and not take the sack, especially in the 4th quarter.
And sack sets up 2nd down. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Airing this one out toward the sideline. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's 3rd down.
He's looking for that deep completion. I love the chunk play. I love the idea of being aggressive. They just come up empty.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. You snap it, quarterback looking to throw the ball. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Chris, I just don't know about this call. I like the aggressive approach, but at this point, late in the game, playing with the lead, 3rd down and long, maybe you run the ball. You know, work that clock. Continue to think about the big picture. Now you're facing 4th down and long, and I think you got to punt it away and hope the defense can secure a victory.
The Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. They need a miracle. A couple of them here in the last couple minutes. Down big. Fires it to his target. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
How about the defense today? They have played so well. I think the defensive coordinator put together a great plan. His kids clearly understood their scheme because they have been aggressive and attacking all game long.
It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up.
Boy, this offense has really struggled today, Chris, when it comes to throwing the football. They have dug themselves a huge hole. They're not going to have any chance of coming back. And I think one thing about this is you wonder where you go from here. You're hoping to make a play or two to give yourself a belief that things can get better, but it's just been a disastrous day for the offense.
They will go for it again here on 4th down. They are 1 for 2 so far today. trying to find some room. It's Baxter. And the offense will take a timeout here. 13 seconds remaining. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decided to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Just gets it away, taking a shot. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Well, the defense does a really nice job here of not only pressuring the quarterback, but not tipping their hand with coverage. They went to double coverage, but didn't show it till late. They confused the quarterback, and they almost came up with an interception.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Hit as he gets the pass away. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge game, but he could not collect it.
Chris, not only really good coverage here by the defense, but I love their awareness. That ball is in the air, headed to the end zone, and the ball is separated from the receiver with the contact.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Contact as he let the ball go. Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games that are a little bit more suspenseful. This one got out of hand early, ended up being a rout.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.